Welcome back. Members of a South African aid organization have witnessed the plight of Syrian refugees firsthand. A group from NGO Gift of the Needy was recently in Greece, assisting those who fled to Europe. Well, joining me from Durban is the organization's director, that's Faiaz Magid. Faiaz, a very good morning to you. Thanks for your time this morning. The issue of the refugees in Europe has sort of fallen off the radar. I mean, it was in the spotlight a few months ago, not so much focus. Now, what did you see? What is going on at the moment on the ground there?
Well, honestly, it was an amazing experience. When I went there first, I didn't know what to expect. Are they allowing NGOs? Although I did partner with an organization. When I arrived in Lesbos, in Athens, I had to take a flight to Mytilene. Now, this is an island where all the refugees are arriving. It took me about 5 days before I could see the first boat. I had to go to a different place in the island, Scala, and I could see the refugees arriving. Basically, at that moment, they are allowing Syrian, Afghanistan, and Iraqi people to come, people from war-torn countries. We saw a lot of emotional scenes as they arrive. At the shore. We receive them, we welcome them. Many times, their clothes are wet. We assist them. We provide food like fruit, water, juices, and from there, from the time of arrival, we have to wait for about 45 minutes until United Nations bus comes. Thank God I was working hands-on, with other organizations, Red Cross, United Nations, UNHCR, and then they get taken to the refugee camps.
What is the conditions? What are the conditions, Faiaz? So what are the conditions in those refugee camps? We know that there was a process that was put in place to transfer them from those camps to areas in the city or outside of the city. Is that working smoothly?
No, I'm not sure, not really, because the rules are changing on a daily basis. As we were there, there's always meetings. We have to attend some meetings, and rules are changing. Basically, they go to the refugee camps. It takes them up to four to 5 days just to register. There's families with children. It takes them a really long time to register. And once they get the registration paper, then only they can hit the next trip, which is they go from Mytilene. They take a ship to Athens. Now, Mytilene is the island in Greece, as I told you. They're going to take a ship to Athens. And from Athens, they're going to take a ship is about 10 hours. From Athens, they're going to take a bus to Macedonia. We say Macedonia. And then Macedonia, Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, then Austria, then Germany.
And what are you hearing? What are you hearing, Faiaz? I mean, we understand that, from what we're seeing in the bits and pieces that have come out, is that the refugees are now facing all kinds of challenges. We're also seeing anger from the locals who are now starting to fight back and saying that, enough is enough.
You mean to say anger from the locals in Greece?
Well, in other parts of Europe as well, there seems to be some resistance to letting in more refugees.
Yes, because more and more refugees are arriving on a daily basis. You don't blame them. And the problem is that before, besides these three countries, there were people from different nationalities that were also coming in, from different countries. And as I told you, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria. And now there's the new law, even Afghans are being stopped from crossing in the Indo-Mani border to come out of Greece to Macedonia. So it's really, really very difficult. We've seen very emotional scenes there. People arriving in distress. Let me just share with the viewers and with you as well something that you do not know, if you allow me.
Sure.
They have to take the boat from Turkey, right? From Turkey, they take the boat to Greece. So basically, it's an island or city called Ayvalık to Mytilene. Now, they pay 1,000 euros, 20,000 rand, or up to 1,500 euros, just to take that journey to Greece. And in a boat suitable for 20 people, they are forced to load 50 to 60 people. And they cannot say nothing. People have complained to me, they cried that the smugglers there, that they charged them that money, and they are armed, they got weapons, and they can be even aggressive. So these people really go through a lot. And many times, unfortunately, the boats don't even have enough fuel. The engines are not good enough. So they get stuck halfway. So the pain these people go through, it's unexplainable, and it's very, very emotional, you know. And the moment they land in Greece, they feel, okay, wow, all the pressure is over. And little do they know, it's still going to start there.
All right, thanks.
It's really, so we were there, we were busy rescuing just to make sure the refugees arrive safely, receiving them. There's a thermal blanket, which I had to learn how to do it on the second person. I was gone used to it, which you will be able to see on my website. It looks like foil, where you put the blanket under the clothes when the clothes are wet. So when as they arrive, we got that half an hour, 45 minutes, just to keep them calm. Yes, many boats arrive relatively calm. Some really with lots of fear. And when they're taking the boat from Turkey to Greece, the smugglers tell them, okay, visit here. Greece is in front, just drive. And they appoint anyone just to drive the boat. Because why? The boat is coming illegally. And we hear of a lot of times where the boats are sinking. And the most frustrating part, which I witnessed because I was there like working day shift, night shift with other volunteers, is that the lifeguards, the lifesavers, there was from Denmark, some from Spain, with the jet skis, they're not allowed to go and bring them. So the guy was so frustrated, he says, no, you got to wait for the boat to sink, then they're allowed to go. Because there's certain rules with the Greek coast, or certain international rules. Until the boat does not sink, nobody's allowed to rescue them or to tow them, you know.
All right. Well, unfortunately,
so these people really go.
That's all we have time for. Thanks very much, and describing for us the situation on the ground there still for refugees who are arriving in Greece at the moment. That's NGO Gift of the Needy's director Faiaz Magid just got back 10 days ago from Greece.